At some point, you made a jump
Yeah.
and I remember when you set up shop in the corner of a little
Charlie's-
guitar store, Bellevue Guitar.
Charlie Darrington's guitar shop. Yeah, Bellevue
And I
Guitar,
watched
man.
you build that into this amazing thing
Yeah.
that the Violin Shop has become. But the initial jump, the leap to say, well, you know what, I enjoy, because it's a whole other thing to be a fiddle player than to work on fiddles.
Well,
So-
to know there's so many aspects of having a little business like this. I mean, between the rentals and the repair and the sales and the products you need to carry and the knowledge you need to know to be helpful to the people that come in. There's just a lot to know, and there was a lot to learn. And so I just kind of jumped on in. It's sort of, like I say, it sort of made its way to me, that idea. When I was out in California working with the Tony Rice unit early on, I was very fortunate enough to meet a guy, Mick Loveland, at Loveland Violin Shop in Santa Rosa, and I just dug the guy, dug his place, and I thought I'd ask him about an apprenticeship, and he'd never done that, but he did it. And 4 years later, I left there, and I knew some chops about working on fiddles.
So this was an apprenticeship to
Mick
work
Loveland.
on.
Yep, to apprentice with him for 4 years. And so I was playing music and doing that in the daytime. So
Wow.
yeah, it was back then. I mean, there's a lot of good schools now, and there was a school or two for lutherie and violin making, but not as common as now. There's some great schools. We just got a guy working here from the North Bennett Street School in Boston. Just graduated, 3-year program, made 6 instruments. He's great, you know. Yeah, no, it's a different. Well, everything's more available now with online and just
Knowledge.
Knowledge is power. So everybody learns a lot more easily with online availability. It's incredible, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah, but it's been fun. It's been a nice little adventure. 30 years here in town, and yeah, been a lot of changes along the way. I'm very thankful. I'm able to play a little bit music now and still work here, and kind of moved on from being the owner this last year, which is a big change and a nice change. That's a new thing.
Yeah,
as
I
of
don't know about
January
this.
1st, see?
Wow.
See, there you go. January 1st, I'm no longer a shareholder or an owner of the company. I just sort of run the place and do sales and appraisals, and able to play music instead of around this. I do this around that now again. So that's the new normal for me, to be able to play a little
Nice.
bit and then do this, plug this in. And I'm still able to work full time because I don't travel a lot. But when I do travel, I just put it on the calendar whenever it comes in, and that's when I'm not here.
You're doing mainly dates with Kathy Mattea right now?
Right now, we've got a couple things with Carpenter and May, Tim May, flat picker, and we're using Eric Fry on bass, who's Kathy's bass player at this point. So it's kind of cool. If I'm not working with Kathy, he's not working too. so I know he's available, unless
Right.
he's got something else. But I snag him quick, you know.
And the heart for playing music, right? That never goes away.
No, and it's just a blessing to. I truthfully think, Lionel, if I hadn't got off the buses for 25 years, I wouldn't be so anxious to get back on right now. You know, it's kind of fun. It's a little bit more like going camping with some friends, and playing a gig, than it was, when I was 30 and it was a grind and you had to get on that bus all the time. And, I was still
Yes.
very fortunate. It beats the heck out of a minivan across the country, but or 15-passenger all-nighters. But still, anything can get old if you do it a long time, and if the situation, you want to have, to me, the trifecta. If you're doing a road gig, is to sort of have good people and good pay and good music, and so if those 3 things are good, then hey, what are you lacking for?